All right, welcome back, everybody. Let's see if we can get another one in the books. Last time, I think I cleared... Oh, yeah, I got invaded at this church. I don't remember if there's actually anything here besides the bonfire. I think I did level up once. I don't know if I can level up again. Let me see if I've got any. I do. Let me see if I have enough, though. Again, the short-term goal is not that it's actually preventing... It's not why I'm not, running to Stormvale Castle. But my immediate goal is to just bump up my primary weapon stat, dexterity. That might be enough, hopefully. Getting it around 40 for no reason. I know that's not the actual soft cap in this game, but I feel like it's a good starting point. Looking for 7,800. Okay. I haven't done that sort of dragon with all of its young for the mega souls dump, so we could try to take a look at that mine. Something to do. Deal with these guys on. Did you see they're dropping, not dropping, they're inflicting scarlet rot buildup, so I gotta, again, be careful of that. So I'm curious, where is this trail leading me in this area? It's leading me in this direction, so it's probably... I don't know if you can see, it looks like there's a castle way off in the distance. Maybe it's leading me there. Not that we're going to head there at the moment, but... Oops. Alright, so now the question is, do I get fancy and try and backstab my health back, or do I act rationally and die? We have our answer. Let's see if it puts me at the one I just ticked off, or if it's the last one I rested at back at the Smoldering Cathedral or Smoldering Church. Nice. All right. Well, I got what I needed out of there, so I don't need to prove anything to anybody. Oh wait, no, I need to get my souls. Wonder if the trap remains sprung now that I've... maybe not. That feels like a branding failure. B&B has a couple of options here. Should we take Shack of the Rotting off the whiteboard? No, 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 no. No bad ideas. And then in like probably typical fashion that a lot of people in the business world recognize, the bad idea is the one that wins out. I've been in some arrangements where like they'll, you know, somebody will put the bad idea on the table because there's, you know, that way it saves the good idea, if that makes sense. Like they can't possibly scratch off the good idea because the bad one is so obviously the one you should get rid of. And then of course the bad idea is the one that wins out and you're just like, oof, that backfired. Now I think, again, I think I linked in the, oops, maybe I just missed. Okay. I think I linked in the playlist description, VodiVidya and Duckfeed TV. I'm not sure, I lose track of where I encounter some of the lore. Most likely it's Duckfeed because they do some really great in-depth blow-by-blow descriptions of each and every area as they go through. And I believe there's some lore thing. The reason why this area is so covered in scarlet rot is I think there was like a great battle that took place here, and this is the aftermath, the fallout, if you will, of that battle. Alright, I remember this mine is a little bit tricky to get to. No, I want to read the message. Try jumping. So you can see over there, trailing through the water, is an invisible ball that we can go stomp. But if you look over there, I don't know how clear it is. There's like this sort of green thing in the distance. Now, we have a note that talked about how you can stab like this device in the smokestack for an insta-kill. And like, I never knew how to do that. Well, let me say, I never read that note. I had heard, again, probably through VodiVidya or Duckfeed TV, that you can stab them in the smokestack and it sort of critical hits them. Now the trick with that, you can maybe see it a little clearer now, it's off in the distance. The trick with that is you have to, it might be possible there if you could sneak around it and get above it, because you have to jump. It's sort of one of the rare like plunging attack kind of things you can do. But there's another way is you can just get behind it. There's actually, you know, sort of like the trebuchets and stuff. There's actually a guy controlling it. So if you can just sort of mess him up, you can take it down. Let's see what this is about. Maybe it's above us. And I'll just sort of back away slowly in a moment, but let's give it a shot. So I'm a little nervous that I'm not. Nervous is the wrong word. But the fact that I'm not killing these guys outright means it might be a little more challenging than I expect. Now, did that guy survive the fall, or did I have a feeling I pushed him all the way to the bottom, so hopefully he's gone. But we'll find out in a minute. Somber smithing stones is good to start collecting, because at some point in the near future, I will be ready to start pumping some points into strength, and I'll start wanting to use that Bloodfang whatever sword. Definitely not close. Okay, so 7,800. I think I looked that up already. Let's activate. Okay, what are we working with here? We got one guy. I wonder if you can actually, like... I wonder what the actual stealth, like, is there a line of sight? Is it just if this guy gets in proximity, he's automatically triggered? Love me a good stealth game. Trying to get behind him for the heal. Recommendation for the one person, if you are into stealth games, I was surprised by, there's a series of games, I've only played the second one and I played it in co-op, so maybe that, I'm a big co-op player, so anything in co-op instantly gets much better, but, ooh, alright. Let up my guard there. I played Styx, I don't know if it's Master of Shadows, whatever their second game, STYX. I think it originally was like a PlayStation 4, Xbox One, PC kind of thing. Really good. Really enjoyed it as a stealth game. I wonder why I put it all the way up here. A lot of fun. I thought the stealth was well done. Good stuff overall. Or maybe it's just he started moving because he saw me. Maybe there was no, you know, hiding, stuff like that. Even when I play, like, any game, even remotely stealthy, Deus Vult, not Deus Vult, that's a role-playing game I'm running, Deus Ex, the latest Ghost Recon, Wildlands, and Breakpoint. If I can stealth it, even like when I play a Far Cry, I'm sneaking around until I'm not, when things all fall apart. So I'll have to try Far Cry 6. I sort of started it, but didn't get too far. I've beaten I've always heard like the real hardcore faithful love Far Cry 2, and I've never given that its proper due. And I think it was partly because of it had like a pretty restrictive save point, because it was trying to be a little more simulationist, and at the time, I think I had a relatively young kid, so I couldn't just wait, you know, till the end of the level or to the next checkpoint. I had to be able to save right then and right there if I was going to have any hope of really playing it. So I don't think I ever gave it its proper due. Far Cry 3, I really enjoyed. And I also think they sort of eased off the simulationist part a little bit and understood. I think they found its voice a little bit better. Then Far Cry 4 hit, and I think that one might be nice. My favorite of the ones I played. Great setting, really fun to play. Sort of polishes up the formula from Far Cry 3. I love the sort of hidden ending where if you just, maybe Far Cry 3 is as well, but basically if you just, at the very beginning of the game, if you just sort of hold off and don't act, the game ends. You get an ending. I always thought that was cool. Trying to get behind him to heal. Did not succeed. What else? Then I played Far Cry 5, and Far Cry 5, there was a lot of things I really liked about it, but I hated the story. And it's partly because of how they would sort of take agency away from you. Where you're just like, you completely clear out the whole area. And then next thing you know, they still, like, you get captured. Because why? The story demands that. So even though you've completely cleared everybody, there's nobody left to fight. You've won the gunfight. The cutscene comes, and all of a sudden and you're like, okay. And it just, I don't know what I expected, but I really didn't, like that. It's sort of like the notion of it wanting to be like an open world game really contradicted the specific story it was trying to tell, and it made it like super annoying. Also, I will say one thing I never loved about the games is sort of the sequences where you get like high, and you sort of have like these sort of weird mini levels. It's not that I care one way or another about getting high, but it, you know, especially in the Himalaya one, I was really enjoying running around and exploring, and all of a sudden you'd get this sort of sidetrack that would take me away from what I was trying to do. I guess at some point you realize. So here's the deal. It's not that I can't do this, but is there a point to just running around this opening section 20 times until I... You know what, I'm not gonna... Nope, I did anyway. He fell anyway. That's what I was trying to avoid. I was like, let me just take this guy out up top before the other guy gets here, so I'm not dealing with two at once. But given the difficulty of these grunts, I am wondering if what's at the bottom of this is going to be a no-go for now, and then so there's not much point in clearing it just to get to the bottom and be like, whoops, alright. I guess the smithing stones are always good. The nice thing about going into clear Stormveil Castle is that I'll be able to equip a second talisman. Having a little muscle memory transposition. So last night I was doing some co-op in Remnant, something of Ashes, or Ashes or something. A bunch of words that don't necessarily make sense going together, but and in that game, while it's Souls inspired, the dodge button is A, as opposed to the dodge button in Elden Ring being B. So that's why sometimes I'm here jumping when I'm trying to dodge. And in Remnant, what happens is I hit B and then basically die when I meant to hit A. See, because this thing, it's not that these guys are hard. It's just that they can damage me through my shields, and it takes me forever to kill one. And the other problem is that, like, bleed weapons are absolutely terrible against these guys. Alright, let's put a pin in this one for now. Here's an interesting question, though. Can I get out? Can I fast travel? Am I screwed by coming down here? So that might be a trick. I actually can't leave. There we go. I was going to say what's left. This seems bigger than usual, maybe not. Having trouble determining that. Oops. Oh, I'm already at max health, so the critical hit wouldn't have gotten me much more. Smithing stone 4. I think I'm getting up into the 3 and 4 ranges on my Uchikatana, so... Oh, cross Naginata? Naginata. I'm not going to use it, but let's take a look at that. Is that like a halberd? Spear, okay. Don't have the strength, but that is intriguing. Never messed with it. A bleed spear is an interesting combo. Get the Royal Guard sort of overseeing him. Again, so I don't know why everybody attacks me. I feel like I'm doing these guys a favor. Yeah, that guy standing over your shoulder making you work, I can deal with him. You just have to not smash my skull with your pickaxe. Oh. Did not realize he was going to have a horn. But I'm glad I dealt with that. Alright, let's see. Is there anything... So what I'm trying to do here is I'm just trying to get out. Normally I would say, oh, make sure you round every corner, get off your stone. But right now I'm just going for it. And I might come back for this. Oh, don't fall. Alright, obviously that message was a filthy lie, and here we are with Sir Alexander again.
Esteemed warrior, where did you spring from? This was supposed to be a dead end, I'm sure of it. What's going on here? A door from thin air. Well, stranger things happen at sea, or so I'm told. But onward to the Caelid wilds. Gosh, that dead end had me rather stumped.
Let's exhaust him, and then I might start to... Once I'm close to getting out, I think there's going to be a lot of background noise, so I'm going to start wrapping this one up.
Blighted Caelid wilds. Doesn't the thought just set your heart aflutter? It's time I set off to the festival at Redmane Castle on the southern edge of the Scarlet Rot blighted Caelid wilds.
You might be hearing some leaf blowing and stuff, so I'll wrap this up in a sec.
It's time I set off to the festival. Doesn't the
See if we can get one more level. So coming down here wasn't an entire waste of time. We got a level, we got some stones that we can probably use. Let me just see what's back here. I think it's something that... I think I can sort of see it, and it's not something we can really deal with. So let me open the door and prove that. There we go. I'm going to hold off. Magma worms are not the easiest thing in the world. Maybe with a little time and smashing my head against the wall, I could do it at this point, but you saw I'm like doing chip damage on it. So, and it's no big deal because I barely had any souls, so let's, unless that's the only way to go. All right. Nice. Okay. I'm not going to worry about those souls. It's very few. You know, while I'm here, let's see what we can do to upgrade weapons. Maybe I'll pop golden runes and then we'll call it. Now that we've got one of those death roots, one of those guys might have some dialogue opened up. So let's pop.
Well, I took you for no matter it's lay out your arm.
Still need more somber smithing stones. Yeah, maybe at some points I'll mess with this a little bit. There's also part of me, just for nostalgia's sake, that wants to upgrade the claymore. So I can show that. Probably shouldn't have spent the smithing stones I need for my sword on my shield, but so be it. Now, just out of curiosity, I wonder... My gut says I'm going to be short. So, okay, I'm not going to bother. And with that, we'll stop. And we'll see about getting another one in the books pretty soon. All right, take it easy.